reach it to the end of the row, and now I'm going to end this row with a slip stitch into the third chain from the beginning chains. So 1, 2, and here is the third chain. Insert the hook inside it and slip stitch like this. Then to begin the next row, chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch here, then chain 2, 1, 2, and skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth one, yarn over and make an uncompleted double crochet like this. Then yarn over again and insert the hook inside the same stitch and pull through 2. Now I have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through the 3 together. Then chain 2, 1, 2, and repeat the same way, yarn over and go inside the same stitch and make a cluster of 2 double crochets. Here is my first one, yarn over again and go inside it, pull through 2. We have 3 loops on the hook, so pull through the 3 loops together. Chain 2, 1, 2, repeat for the third time. And that's what I have right now. Then chain 2, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and into the fourth one insert the hook and make a single crochet. Then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over and skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth make the 3 groups of clusters again. So pull through 2 and don't complete this double crochet, yarn over and go inside the same stitch and pull through 2. I have 3 loops on the hook, pull through the 3 together, chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, do the same, chain 2, and make the third cluster. And that's how it looks. Then chain 2, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, into the fourth one make a single crochet, chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth make the 3 groups of cluster, and so on till the end of the row. I reach it to the end of the row, and now here is my cluster group. Chain 2, 1, 2, skip 3 stitches and slip stitch into the first single crochet at the beginning of the row, this one, like this. Okay, now I want to reach this space here, okay, of the one chain stitch, so I will make slip stitches in the 2 chains. So here is the first chain, slip stitch inside it, and also into the next chain stitch, and slip stitch on the 2 double crochets stitch here, and then slip stitch into the chain 1 space. From here I'm going to start the next row. To begin the next row, I'm going to switch color of the yarn to orange, okay, but don't cut the first yarn. I will leave it because I'm going to work with later, so leave it and pull the orange color or the second color. Okay, so here is the orange yarn with me. Now chain 1 and insert the hook into the first space here and make a single crochet, then chain 1 and go to the second chain 1 space here and make a single crochet, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over and insert the hook inside the same space and make an uncompleted double crochet. So yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops only and don't complete the double crochet, then yarn over and go to the next space. Into this big space make 2 uncompleted double crochets. So here is the first one, pull through 2 and don't complete, yarn over and go inside the space again and pull through the first 2 loops and don't complete, then yarn over and go to the second big space here and do the same, 1, 2, then yarn over and go to the chain 1 space here and make only 1 uncompleted double crochet, so pull through the first 2 loops only. Now I have 7 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the 7 loops together. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and insert the hook into this same first space and make a single crochet. Then chain 1, go to the next chain 1 space and make a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the same space make a single crochet, after making a single crochet and 3 chains, yarn over and make an uncompleted double crochet, so pull through the first 2 loops only, then yarn over and go to this big space and make 2 uncompleted double crochets. Here is the first one and here is the second one. Then yarn over and go to the next big space and make 2 uncompleted double crochets, 1 and 2. Yarn over again and go to the chain 1 space and make an uncompleted double crochet. Now I have 7 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the 7 loops together, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, into the same space make a single crochet, then chain 1, go to the next 1 chain space and make a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, make an uncompleted double crochet, and so on till you finish all the row with the same way. So meet me after finishing this row. I reached to the end of the row and now I made 1 single crochet and chained 3, yarn over and into the same space make an uncompleted double crochet, then yarn over again and go to the next space and make 2 uncompleted double crochet, 1, 2, then go to the next space and make 2 more, then go to the very first 1 chain space at the beginning of the row, insert the hook inside it and make an uncompleted double crochet, then yarn over and pull through the 7 loops together, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the single crochet in the first 1 chain space I made at the beginning of the row, slip stitch inside it. Okay, now to begin the next row I want to insert the hook into the one chain space here in the middle. So insert the hook inside it and make a slip stitch to start from, then chain one, and into the same space make a single crochet, chain two, 1, 2, yarn over and go to the stitch of the cluster here, insert the hook inside it on the top and make one uncompleted double crochet, yarn over again and go inside it and make another uncompleted double crochet. Now I have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through the 3 loops together, then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over and insert the hook inside the same stitch and make 2 more uncompleted double crochets, then yarn over and close the 2 double crochets together, then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over and go through the same stitch again and make the same 1 and 2, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over and go through the 3 loops together, this row will be a repetition of the first row here, so complete with 2 chains, 1 and 2, then go to the chain 1 space here between the 2 single crochets at this point and make a single crochet, then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over and go on the top of the cluster again and make 3 groups of uncompleted and close together double crochets, or 3 clusters with 2 double crochets. Here is the first one, chain 2, repeat again in the same stitch, chain 2, make the third group, then chain 2 and go to the 1 chain space again here and make a single crochet, chain 2 and keep working with the same way all around this row. I reached to the end of the row and now I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, then into this very first single crochet at the beginning of the row insert your hook and slip stitch. Now I'm going to reach to this space, so I will make slip stitches to reach it. So here is my first chain stitch, insert the hook inside it and slip stitch, and into the next chain stitch, and into the cluster stitch, and insert the hook inside the space like this. Leave this yarn and take the first yarn I started the dress with, and I didn't cut it, so take it and put it on the hook like this. Leave it again and take the yarn you work with. I make this step to make the essential color closer to me, because I'm going to use it now. So pull this orange yarn through the space and slip stitch like this. Then leave this orange or second color yarn and take the essential color of the dress, pull it through the loop like this, and work with it. So insert the hook inside the same space and make a single crochet, then chain 1, go to the next space and make a single crochet again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and insert the hook into the same space again and make an uncompleted double crochet. Then go to the next big space and make 2 uncompleted double crochet, 1 and 2. Then go to the next space and make 2 uncompleted double crochet, 1 and 2. Then go to the chain 1 space and make 1 and uncompleted double crochet. Then we have 7 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through the 7 loops together, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the same space again make a single crochet, then chain 1, go to the next space and make a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the same space make an uncompleted double crochet, then yarn over, go to the big space next and make 2 uncompleted double crochet, 1 and 2, go to the next space and make 2 uncompleted double crochet, 1 and 2, then go to the chain 1 space again and make 1 uncompleted double crochet. We have 7 loops on the hook. Now pull through the 7 together, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and complete the row with the same way. Actually this row is the repetition of the second row here with the orange color, but we use the pink color or the essential color to make this row. So the next row will be the repetition of the third row with the orange color. Okay, I will complete this row and come again. I reached to the end of the row and I made a single crochet and 3 chains. Then yarn over and make an uncompleted double crochet, then go to the next space and make 2 uncompleted double crochet, 1 and 2, then yarn over and go to the next space and make 2 uncompleted double crochet, 1 and 2, then yarn over and go to the very first 1 chain space and make only 1 uncompleted double crochet, then yarn over and pull through the 7 loops together, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into the first single crochet at the beginning of the row. Here is my first single crochet, slip stitch inside it like this. Then to begin the next row, which is a repetition of this row, okay, go to the chain 1 space here at this point and slip stitch to start from, then chain 1, single crochet inside the same space, chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over and go to the cluster stitch on the top of this cluster stitch and make the 3 cluster of 2 double crochets. So here is the first uncompleted double crochet and this is the second one. Close and complete the 2 together, chain 2, yarn over and go through the same stitch and make 1 more group of 2 uncompleted double crochet and close it together, chain 2 and repeat the third one, chain 2, go to the chain 1 space here and make a single crochet, then chain 2, yarn over and go to the cluster stitch again and repeat the same way as this one, repeat and finish all the row with the same way. So meet me after finishing this row. I reached to the end of the row and made 2 chain, then I will slip stitch into the very first single crochet at the beginning, so slip stitch inside it. Now I want to arrive this space as we made in the previous rows, so I will go here with slip stitches, so make slip stitch into the next stitch and into the next one and slip stitch into the cluster stitch, and finally slip stitch into the chain 1 space like this. Now I'm going to switch color again for the second time, so leave this yarn like this and take the yellowish green yarn and pull it through this loop like this, then chain 1 and into the same space insert the hook and make a single crochet. And now I'm going to repeat what I made in these 2 rows of the orange color and the first row with the pink color. I'm going to make 2 rows with yellowish green as these 2 rows of orange color, and then I will switch color again to the essential color, which is pink in my case, and I will make only this first row with pink color. So I will finish these 3 rows and meet you later. I finished these last 3 rows with the same way as these 3 rows of the orange color and this pink color. Okay, you can continue working with the same way and make this row again here and change the color again for the 3rd time and complete with this way till you reach the suitable size for you or for your girl, and then make the following steps. But if you don't need to increase the size more, follow me and do the same as me. So after finishing these 3 rows, I'm going to make a row of double crochets. So I finished here with a slip stitch into the first single crochet, then I'm going to slip stitch into this chain 1 space to start from, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. These 3 chains stand as the first double crochet, then yarn over and go to this 3 chain space and make 3 double crochets inside it. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and go to this cluster stitch and make only 1 double crochet, then yarn over and go to the 3 chain space again and make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then yarn over and go to the chain 1 space here between these 2 single crochets and make a double crochet then into the 3 chain space make 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, yarn over into the cluster, make 1 double crochet, and into the 3 chain space make 3 double crochets, and so on till the end of the row. I reach it to the end of the row, and now I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning chains. So here is 1, 2, and here is the 3rd one. Insert the hook and slip stitch inside it. Then leave this yarn and pull the turquoise yarn or whatever color you prefer. Then chain 1 and into the same stitch make a single crochet, like this. Take this tail on the work to hide it during work. Then in each stitch next make 1 single crochet. So here is my next stitch, and the next, and into the next make a single crochet, and into the next, and so on till you finish this row with single crochets. I reach it to the end of the row, and now I'm going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet, then leave this yarn and don't cut it, because we are going to work with later, and pull the first yarn, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and consider these 3 as the first double crochet, and then go to the next stitch and make a double crochet, and into the next, and into the next, and in each stitch next make a double crochet till the end of the row. I finished this last row with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning chains, and I pulled the turquoise yarn again, and now I'm going to make a row of single crochets. So chain 1 and into the same stitch make a single crochet, and into the next, and into the next, and so on till finishing this row with single crochets.